Hello friends, welcome to our classes, LJU's classes. In the last class, we have discussed about the land revenue system prior to independence, which was Zamindari system, Rayatwari system and Mahalwari system. And in this class, we are going to focus about the introduction of UP land law. This subject not only helps in advocacy but also in PCSJ and other competitive exams in which law is an optional, and apart from that, if you are talking about advocacy, then it is a most important subject. Now coming to the introduction part, important acts with regard to UP land laws are UP Revenue Code 2006, UP Consolidation of Holding Act 1953, and CPC, TPA, that is Transfer of Property Act, Registration Act, Stamp Act, Evidence Act, and Limitation Act somewhat to the extent, okay. Now the second thing is land law will only applicable on agricultural land. UP Revenue Code 2006 applies on agricultural land or the land which comes under the definition of agricultural land. This means that the law or the UP Land Revenue Code 2006 applies on the agricultural land and also the land which comes under the definition of agricultural land. This is because there are other land which does not come under agricultural land that will be governed by CPC, that is the civil law, and other TPA and other substantive in nature laws. Now the land laws are secular in nature, they are not governed by personal laws. It means that neither Muslim nor Hindu law or any other personal law does not affect this law. Now, earlier act which governed UP land laws are UP Zamindari Abolition and Land Reform Act, Land Revenue Act 1901. These were prior to after the independence. These two acts came into existence for the proper implementation of revenue collection by the government and also for the distribution of land among the farmers, that were U.P.Z.A, which means that UP Zamindari Abolition and Land Reform Act gives substantial right over the land such as title, inheritance, etc. It is a kind of substantial law, you can say, which gives a substantial right. Whereas the Land Revenue Act 1901 describes procedure and process for the collection of revenue by the government. Now the UP Revenue Code 2006. Earlier there was 39 small acts which became obsolete with time. Now the main two acts were UP Zamindari Abolition and Land Reform Act and UP Land Revenue Act. Now UP Revenue Code 2006 came into existence from 2019, repealing various 39 small acts and consolidating, or we can say merging, the two big acts under one act, that is UP Revenue Code 2006. It is nothing but just a modified version of UP Zamindari Abolition Act and Land Reform Act and further Revenue Code 1901. Other important act which must be kept in mind, that is not only we are going to study the UP Revenue Code 2006 but also we are going to study about the UP Consolidation of Holding Act. Now let us understand what is the concept or the structure of UP Revenue Code 2006. As I have earlier told you, this is an introduction class, so we are only having a gist of the subject, and after that in other lectures we are going in detail and discussing each and every, try to cover most of the provisions which are mainly important for exam point of view. Now the structure of UP Revenue Code 2006 defines these all sections. Firstly, we have to go one by one. Section 2 clause 16, or we can say as section 2 subsection 16, deal with different types of presiding officer who act as a court from bottom to top. It means that we are discussing about the officers. Which court officer? Revenue court officer. These are the revenue court officers which are presiding from bottom to top. Keep in mind, from the very bottom there comes a tehsildar, then it comes SDM, then the collector, then the additional commissioner, and the top one is the board of revenue, which I have written as an apex court. It is just like an high court as High Court deals with all matters, and whereas this Board of Revenue deals particularly with the revenue matter. And under Board of Revenue, these other four groups comes. Now section 7 of the code deals with the constitution of Board of Revenue. That is, it consists of judicial officers and chairman. Further, section 8 says Board of Revenue is the chief controlling authority. It has the supreme power, and subordinate revenue code come under this code. It is just like the High Court, that High Court is acting as the supervisory court or the supervisory apex court in the state. In the same way, the Board of Revenue is the apex court in terms of revenue codes. That is, all the other revenue subordinate courts are under Board of Revenue. Now, Section 9 of Uttar Pradesh Revenue Code 2006 talk about power to distribute business, which means how the Board of Revenue is going to distribute its power and function to its subordinate court. Whereas the schedule 3 of this code deals with how many types of cases can be instituted in revenue code. As we, if we have went through the CPC or other acts, we know that the jurisdiction or in which cases what kind of suits can be tried. In the same way, schedule 3 of this revenue code 2006 deals how many type of cases can be instituted in revenue code. This schedule talk about what kind of cases shall be instituted in which court. Basically, revenue code includes boundary dispute, mutation cases, suit for partition, ejectment suit, and schedule 3 tells us in which code these types of suits shall be instituted. Further, the provision regarding appeal and revision is also mentioned under this code. So this was all about introductory part of land law. Further, we are going to make more lectures, and if you have any query regarding this lecture, please do let me know in the comment box, and please like and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you.